For me, I think two areas that cause us to stumble, whether we're young people or adults alike. One of them is busyness. Each one of us has such a demanding schedule that we're involved in this, that, and the list can go on. And as a result of the tasks or the duties that we've been assigned, we lack those moments that Christ calls us aside to spend with Him. And as a result of that, sometimes our own personal devotional life, our church life, our ministry life, whatever that may be outside of the church walls, we're sometimes lacking in those areas because we find ourselves so busy that we can't spend time with Christ that He calls us aside to spend time with Him. We're not reading the Word, we're not spending the time in prayer, we're not fellowshipping with other believers and building each other up, and as a result, sometimes in our own spiritual lives we find ourselves lagging behind because of that. One of the other areas, I think, was what Danielle mentioned last night at ski weekend, is desensitization. The realization that there are people in need, and sometimes as a result of being desensitized, we walk past them, we don't pause, we don't have the time to spend in prayer with them. We just think, well, I've got other things to do, this doesn't affect me, I'm not going to get involved. It's like when we hear on the news people being hurt or injured and someone was walking by and they just kept on walking by, they didn't call 911, they didn't get involved. Society today says we're not worth it. This is my life, it's my time, my schedule, and so as a result of that, sometimes we miss out those blessings that Christ has placed us in, or has caused us to be the person walking by that other person, and we could stop for a moment and get involved and share the gospel, share the Christ love. And as a result of desensitization, if I get this word right, I'll be lucky. But you know what I was saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, we
need
to spend those times with others and get involved and share Christ's love. And I think those are two areas that we stumble along in, and I think they're areas that we can work upon.
Great. Kathy, 2 minutes.
I think for me, from what I've witnessed, the overriding thing that stumbles youth in their walk with Christ and in their personal quest for holiness is simply the fact that, there's a lot of issues and things that they struggle with and deal with. Peer pressure, purity in relationships and things like that, huge for young people. And I think though, in the overriding thing to all of that is the fact that they just don't see how holiness is to impact their lives. Like they see it as something, holiness is something reserved for church and church activities, but they do not see how that is supposed to influence every decision that they make, the integrity in the workplace, integrity in school, integrity in relationships. And so I think if they can get a grasp of living out the character of Christ in every single day and seeking His wisdom and direction for their entire lives, I think that's the overriding principle. And if they can understand that and seek that in their hearts and lives, then they can walk a life of holiness.
Great. It is possible.
It is possible.
Yes.
Right.
Totally.
It's hard work.
Christ makes it possible. Hard work, but worth it.
Yeah, right on.